Have you ever wondered if it is still possible to feel truly happy when you are alone? The truth is, happiness doesn't always come from people around you. It can grow quietly within you. Have you ever noticed how a simple cup of tea in the morning can make your whole day feel better? That small moment, quiet and ordinary, can bring a calm kind of happiness that many people overlook. Finding joy in simple routines is one of the easiest and most peaceful ways to live, especially when life slows down and company becomes rare. Routines may seem dull to some, but for many older people, they are gentle anchors that bring comfort, meaning, and stability. When you wake up each day and do familiar things in a steady rhythm, your mind and body find peace in the predictability. It might be watering plants at the same time each morning, folding clothes neatly after they dry, or enjoying the stillness of dawn before the world fully wakes. These actions may not seem important to others, but they build a sense of balance that protects you from loneliness. When everything else changes, when people come and go, your small habits stay with you, quietly offering comfort. Simple routines also give the day a purpose. Many people think happiness comes from excitement or big events, but that kind of happiness fades quickly. The joy that lasts comes from meaningful consistency. Making your bed each morning, setting the table before a meal, or taking a short walk after lunch gives your day a shape. You begin to look forward to these moments because they belong only to you. They remind you that you still have control, choice, and the power to create beauty in small ways. There is also something deeply calming about doing familiar things slowly. You do not have to rush anymore. You can take your time stirring your soup, sweeping the porch, or watching the sunlight move across the floor. In these moments, your mind becomes quiet, and the world feels softer. The noise of the past fades, and you can simply be here, in the present, with your breath and your thoughts. Even the smallest details can bring joy when you give them attention. The smell of soap when you wash your hands, the sound of boiling water, or the texture of clean sheets can make ordinary life feel rich again. Happiness doesn't always shout. It often whispers through tiny details that only a peaceful heart can notice. Over time, simple routines also build a gentle strength. They teach patience, mindfulness, and appreciation. When you care for your surroundings and yourself, you remind your heart that you are still part of life's rhythm. You start to see beauty in everyday tasks, and that awareness slowly replaces emptiness with contentment. So, the secret to finding joy alone is not to search for grand adventures, but to celebrate the little patterns that fill your days. Every sip, step, and breath can become part of a quiet song of peace. Happiness, after all, is not somewhere far away. It is waiting in the small, steady things you do each day with care and love. Have you ever felt your thoughts slow down when the days grow quiet and long? The mind, like a garden, needs care to stay alive and full of color. When it is left untouched, weeds of boredom and sadness can slowly take over. But when you keep it active, new ideas, memories, and dreams begin to bloom again. For older people who spend much of their time alone, keeping the mind awake and curious is one of the best ways to stay connected to life itself. The mind loves to be used. Every time you learn something new or challenge yourself to think differently, your brain grows stronger. Reading a few pages of a book, trying a crossword puzzle, or recalling stories from your past keeps your memory sharp and your thoughts lively. These moments remind you that age does not stop growth. It only changes the way you grow. You may not move as fast as before, but your thoughts can still travel far and wide. Each day holds chances to think, remember, and create. You can explore a subject that once interested you, learn about faraway places, or reflect on lessons from your own life. When you recall old experiences, you are not just remembering, you are keeping your history alive. Sharing those memories aloud, even with yourself, can bring deep comfort. It reminds you that your mind still holds a lifetime of wisdom, and that this knowledge has meaning. Curiosity is a quiet friend that keeps the heart young. It asks questions like, why does this happen? Or, how did people live before? And invites you to find the answers. You can listen to programs, read articles, or simply sit and wonder. That gentle spark of curiosity turns ordinary moments into small adventures. It gives you a reason to think, to imagine, and to feel alive again. Keeping the mind active also helps protect your emotions. When your thoughts are engaged in something meaningful, loneliness loses its grip. You begin to notice how much you can still do and how much you still have to learn. Even the act of planning your day, remembering to take your medicine, or preparing a meal exercises the brain. Every decision, no matter how small, is a way of keeping your mental strength alive. The mind is like a light that should never go out. It does not matter how many years you have lived. It still has space for new dreams and ideas. Thinking deeply, remembering fondly, and learning freely are all forms of living fully. They keep the world inside you bright, even when the world outside feels quiet. In the end, an active mind brings peace and purpose. It reminds you that as long as you can think, you can grow. The body may slow down, but the mind can keep dancing, step by thoughtful step, toward new moments of wonder and quiet joy. Have you ever felt your heart calm down just by looking at a tree or hearing the sound of rain? Nature has a quiet power that heals without words. It does not ask anything from you, yet it gives so much in return. For those who spend long hours alone, the natural world can become a gentle companion, always ready to listen, always ready to bring peace. When you step outside and feel the breeze on your face, you are reminded that life is still moving all around you. The air touches your skin, the leaves rustle softly, and somewhere, a bird sings its song. These small moments connect you to something larger than yourself. They remind you that even when people are far away, you are still part of a living world that continues to breathe and grow beside you. Nature has its own rhythm, slow, patient, and forgiving. Watching the clouds drift, the flowers open, or the waves roll onto the shore teaches you the beauty of time. Nothing in nature hurries, yet everything gets done. When you sit quietly in its presence, you begin to match its pace. The heart stops racing. The mind stops wandering, and you simply exist in harmony with what is around you. Even a small touch of nature can bring deep comfort. A single plant on your windowsill, the sight of sunlight through the curtains, or the smell of wet earth after rain can fill the room with calm. You do not need a forest or a garden to feel connected. Nature lives in every drop of water, every breath of air, and every patch of light that reaches your eyes. It speaks softly, asking only that you notice. There is also a quiet kind of friendship in nature. The trees stand tall and steady, no matter the season. The birds return year after year, singing new songs. The wind whispers through the same streets where you have walked for decades. These familiar sights and sounds become trusted companions, reminding you that you are never truly alone. The world continues to move beside you, offering peace and presence without any demand. Spending time outdoors can awaken forgotten feelings of wonder. You may notice how the colors of the sky change with the time of day, or how the scent of flowers shifts with the seasons. These small discoveries bring back the childlike joy of noticing, of paying attention, of feeling alive. Nature gives you endless reasons to be amazed, even in the simplest things. When you let yourself connect deeply with nature, something inside you softens. The worries that once felt heavy begin to fade. You start to see that life, like the earth itself, is a circle of beginnings and endings, of growth and rest. Every sunrise promises a new start. Every breeze reminds you that you still belong to the great, gentle rhythm of the world. Have you ever noticed how a simple stretch or deep breath can make you feel lighter inside? The body carries every moment of life, each joy, each worry, each passing day, and it quietly asks to be cared for. As the years go by, it becomes even more important to treat your body with patience and kindness. Caring for it is not about chasing youth. It is about honoring the vessel that has carried you through a lifetime. When you move your body, even in gentle ways, you remind yourself that you are still alive and capable. A short walk, a few steps in the garden, or slow stretching in the morning can bring warmth to your muscles and calm to your mind. These movements awaken parts of you that may have grown still. The heart beats a little stronger, the breath deepens, and energy begins to flow again. Every small movement is a quiet celebration of life continuing. Caring for your body is also a way to care for your spirit. When you eat nourishing foods, rest well, and give your body time to heal, you send it a message of respect. You are saying, "I am worth this care." Simple routines like drinking enough water, preparing a balanced meal, or getting enough sunlight keep your body in balance. With every act of care, you build a bridge between the physical and the emotional, allowing peace to enter both. Touch is another form of care that brings comfort. Feeling the softness of warm water as you wash your hands or the smooth fabric of clean clothes against your skin can remind you of life's gentle pleasures. Taking time to care for your skin, brush your hair, or dress neatly, even when no one is watching, gives you a sense of dignity. These quiet rituals tell your body that it still matters, that it is still worthy of attention and love. Breathing deeply is one of the simplest gifts you can give yourself. When you inhale slowly and exhale fully, the body relaxes and the mind settles. Each breath connects you to the present moment, easing tension and filling your body with calm. It is a reminder that even in stillness, your body works tirelessly to keep you here, to keep you living. Rest is just as important as movement. Giving your body enough sleep and quiet time allows it to recover and renew. In moments of rest, the body heals itself and the mind becomes clear. There is no shame in slowing down. In fact, slowing down is often the wisest way to keep going. Your body is not separate from who you are. It holds your memories, your strength, your story. When you care for it, you are caring for the life you have built. Every heartbeat, every breath, every small effort is a reminder that even now, your body remains a loyal companion, carrying you with grace through the quiet rhythm of time.